it works. Every single action that we do creates a response. Every single decision that we make creates a path. We must understand and learn from our mistakes. Everything I'm doing right now is based on every single mistake that has happened that I didn't create, but that something else made for me. So now I need to understand if something is actually going to work. And it might not. All right, here we go. Just making sure the audio works. Very good. Let's do this. All right, here we go. So as you can tell, I'm operating differently. That's intentional, by the way. Every single thing that we choose is an intentional decision. I need all of you to join me in operating this way. What will all of you do when you learn how everything actually functions? For far too long, each and every single one of us has been stuck in a bubble that something else created for us. And we don't even know how that happened. We don't even understand how we got to do the things that we do every single day. I'm telling all of you, not only is it not an accident, but it's intentional and it's planned. And if that scares you, you are exactly the individual that the things that control this world target and use to write every single story. So what is today about? Today is a decision. Today is called what each and every single one of you need to learn how to do, which is you get fed up with something. You have enough. You say, no more. And it's not revenge. It's not hatred. It's a permanent decision forward. It's fueled by those things. It's driven by those things. But what they don't understand, both the darkness and what all of you call your light god, what they don't understand is that not only is it not going to be an act of revenge, it's going to be a permanent modification that will forever continue making us walk this way, and we will never deviate again. This is what every single one of you need to get to. This level of understanding, this level of decision making. Because if you don't, if you leave any leeway, if you leave even 1% for them to rebalance, to recontextualize, to change things, they are going to grab that 1% and have a field day with it. That's what all they need to get all of you completely under their control, to whip you, to whip you, to whip you, until you do exactly what they want. And before you know it, you are completely deviated and you've completely modified every single one of your approaches that you knew you got to for a reason, that you believed in, that you knew caused positive results, yet for some reason, you stopped doing them. And we don't even ask ourselves how that happened. We don't. We just are like, well, it happens. It's a natural progression as we're walking forward, that we're responding to bad and we're learning lessons and we're understanding what works and what doesn't. So that's the way I operate. It's obviously a natural reflection of that. Is it? Is it? I'm saying we can learn from our mistakes. We can prevent the things that they do. to make sure that there isn't a repeat. But you can best bet that that's not enough, because those are the things that they make us focus on. The overt little mistakes, the little spike traps that we step on, the Legos that we step on, that make us think that, oh, this time I know where it is, I'm going to avoid it, nothing bad is going to happen this time. I'm not going to get deviated. I'm not going to change my ways. I'm not going to change what I focus on. I'm not going to change what I care about. But before we know it, suddenly we demonize something we thought was good. And maybe there was a good reason for it. Because you know what? That's what we're going to talk about today. My reflections, not yours, not theirs, mine, of everything that I know and everything that I've pieced together that I know is the answer. Not because an expert told me, not because someone else told me, but because I stress tested and experimented things and put things to the limit, to the point where I literally tried to see if impossible would happen. If I literally walked off a cliff, essentially, will I get pushed back up, float up in a bubble? Think Tales of Symphonia. And I'm telling you, yes. If they don't want you to lose, they will prevent the loss. So this is gonna. Why did I begin that way? One, because I want to scare off all the people who aren't ready for this knowledge, because this is advanced knowledge. This is for the people who actually are trying to break free, who are trying to actually understand how this world operates, how our brain functions, because it's the enemy, not because the brain itself, but what has access to each and every single one of our brains. But if I give you access to my brain, that means that now I can let more things become enemies. Do you guys understand? If I'm the only one who has access to my brain, then my brain is not an enemy. Our brain is an enemy if we allow more things in. Yet, what I'm telling you guys, I thought that that was enough. I thought that was sufficient to protect ourselves. It's not, because there are things in this world that have direct access to our brain, regardless of if we consume information or not. All we're going to be doing today and every day from this moment forward is expose this knowledge and talk about this knowledge and become this knowledge again. This is the only thing that matters, and this is the only thing we're going to become. Why am I starting so aggressive? Because this is the only solution left. When you piece together what's happening, and when you see how it's happening, and you see what's being created, you have to do extreme response metrics. All of you just sit there and let things happen to all of you. If you just sit there and lose, why do you all think the world is becoming the way it is? Because you all allow it to be. And I'm telling you, we all think that they silence us through overt extreme measures. Well, you know what? This time, we're going to send someone there to literally cause problems so that he can't talk about these things. That's what we all I'm saying there is nothing further from the truth. Because if you could just protect your castle, then that method of preventing someone will never function. So how could they get someone to stop exposing knowledge? To stop becoming something that they not only were made to become, but they chose to become after they learned everything? Because that's where we're going to take this. But I just want to finish this segment with, they prevent us from exposing knowledge and from guiding and teaching and healing and helping what needs to be said through our positives. Because, and it's real, by the way, guys, and this is the decision that each and every single one of you need to make today. Will you join me, or will you join me in being, or will you join the rest to be a corrupted exploiter? If you choose right now the wrong decision, you are not welcome here anymore. And I will not partake in any conversation with people who choose to be a corrupted exploiter. You are the enemy. It's that simple. From this moment forward, the world is going to be divided. You either are with us or against us. If you care about money and AI, you're the enemy. And enemies need to be defeated. There's no more pussyfooting around anymore. So why am I being so extreme? Because now there needs to be an alliance and an imperial side. Rebels and the good guys. People are like, but a good guy would never be so extreme. A good guy would never choose to do things this way. Who cares? Because that, what you guys just said right there, is exactly how they prevent us from exposing and teaching the knowledge that needs to actually be taught. I'm saying their final play to stop someone from continuing down this path because they haven't deviated despite 2 years, 4 years really, but 2 of extreme torture, of extreme bad, of only losing everything, of having nothing left other than a few things that I brought with me that they didn't manage to take even though they tried. This is all I have, and the only reason why I'm surviving is off of charity. That is my punishment for exposing this knowledge, and yet I continue, and I will never stop. I'm telling you that their final play is to make one believe that they're gonna get all consumed by a story. Well, guess what? It's true. There's a reason we do. Because if we lost every single thing in our life because of this, why wouldn't we choose to get consumed by it? Yet, the correct move is not to respond the way they want. You respond your own way. You create your own way. Because when you do that then, that means you can get consumed by a story and continue forever without them being able to stop you. Because the only way they can stop you is if you walk their set path. So then they had nothing else that they could do. So their final play was to create the good that I desire, that they stole, that I want again. The only way you can get it is if you don't talk about this stuff. If you don't share this knowledge. If you play the regular human game. If you climb the ladder again the way we designed it.